Right, my name's Nick Garrett. I've been training Wing Chun for well over 10 years. Um, my Sifu is in China. He's retired. His name is Sifu Longkai. He's a first generation student learning from Hip Man, and I was lucky to learn from him. There's a big debate about whether or not classical Wing Chun would survive against, in a modern context, especially against grappling. Answer to that, it was never designed to survive against that kind of full contact that's prevalent in our reality today. It was designed for reality, and if we accept the history as we should and must, and the history says that 400 years ago, Nung Moi developed this in order to deconstruct the system of long fist system of Kung Fu that was taught at the Shaolin practice, at Shaolin, Hung Gar styles, Tiger styles, the animal styles, which are all essentially executed by male exponents. And she designed this system to get inside and to dismantle it. I'll show you why. I'll show you how. Her principle centered around the center line, and that's absolutely crucial to survive against deadly attacks. The time you're likely to get hit in the centre line is the most dangerous time as a fighter, and that's going to happen usually on the end of a knife, unfortunately. So Wing Chun survives in its classical form to protect the heart. It's called protect the heart boxing, but that's absolutely, well, it's no good against a fighter that comes in from different angles, who's a street fighter or who's highly trained in jiu-jitsu, similar grappling type of arts. Wing Chun's going to go from here. If someone attacks down the centre line, it's going to pivot, deflect, go on top, do its thing, chop, tap, tap, down on the floor, tap, 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 chain punch. And in its traditional form, these deflection and hit techniques, they're going to work. But this isn't the traditional situation. This is a modern context, and it's an old art. If you drive a horse and carriage through and you want to get from one end of the city to the next, it's probably a better idea to just jump in a car. Bruce Lee created his system, which outgrew Wing Chun. People say it's quite easy to criticise Bruce Lee. Oh, he only learned part of the system. But in any case, even if he learned the whole system, it's a system that's incomplete. And what he learned was the crucial, essential centre line of Wing Chun. And that is, he learned Sulim down, he learned wooden dummy, Chi Sao, and he was a great fighter and an incredible natural athlete and talent. He worked hard, he's a genius, and he took Wing Chun towards the reality, and that was minimum of 5 impacts, go to the ground and incapacitate the opponent. And that's not written in the classical doctrines of Wing Chun, and that's why you'll find that Wing Chun only goes so far. It assumes that you're going to knock the opponent down, they won't get up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. A lot of people are trained today and well able to absorb impacts and pain. If you're against an opponent that can absorb impacts and pain, you're in big trouble. Because Wing Chun actually can switch on the opponent. They can get a firecracker on a few hits that aren't massive knockout blows that will actually just flash up their adrenaline, and you're in trouble if you get someone who knows what they're doing. Good buddy of mine, Mark Hobbs, shares this view, or rather leads me in this area, because he actually runs a school in South England which deploys grappling, mixed martial art in and around his central core deep understanding of Wing Chun. Wing Chun is a great martial art. Wing Chun is a great system of Chinese boxing. If you want to learn Chinese boxing, it'll be an 80% guarantee in a real situation. However, it has no traditional way of dealing with a low shot, a body shot that's going to take your legs out. Shoot wrestling, for example. It's got no traditional answer to that. What has? Well, in the modern context, you have to take a view that Wing Chun is not there in the modern context. That's not a bad thing. I mean, let's look at reality. You know, I've had a great journey learning Wing Chun. It's a beautiful art, and I can recommend it. But it's a system that works so far, only so far. And if you use the Wing Chun system against a grappler, ground fighter, the risk is so high that even Bruce Lee decided not to run that risk. He decided to say, okay, I'm going to have to learn how to fight on the ground, and I'm going to have to be better than the guy trying to take me to the ground and beat me up. So that's what he did. It's not being disloyal to a style, it's just deciding that I'm going to extend the capabilities of this martial art into the present context. And that's what he did brilliantly. So if you want to learn Wing Chun, Mark Hobbs teaches Wing Chun. Fabulous, insightful system, high in detail. He'll get you executing the system beautifully. And if you want to be able to defend yourself in 3 months, mixed martial arts. You'll cream anyone, pretty much. And I certainly wouldn't like to come up against one of Mark's students who'd been working with him for 3 or 6 months, and that's a fair admission. I wouldn't like to come up against them using Wing Chun. I wouldn't use Wing Chun. But even then, the reality is there for you to take. It's not saying it's better, it's saying use the right tool to complete the right job. Have a great time in martial arts, and I'll see you again on YouTube.